Hey guys, welcome back. Um, so today I want to talk about how to identify invalidated zones to set your SL or stop loss, however I may call it. Okay, so some people find this quite confusing, but I don't think there's anything confusing about this. So I don't think there's anything confusing about identifying an invalidated zone. So first, I want to start with a previous topic where we left off. Some people quite find it difficult to manage their risk because of lack of risk management. Maybe you don't understand whatever you're trading. Crypto has its own strategy for risk management. Forex has its own strategy for risk management. I promise I'm going to take that. I'll teach all of that. But setting your SL in an invalidated zone is very essential. It's very important. Very important, because most of you feel like if you don't make up to 3 risk to reward ratio or 4 risk to reward ratio, you can't take that trade. But there's still ways you can take that trade if you know what you're doing. Why leave that profit rather than bag it? Okay, so first, from our previous topic we talk about stop down analysis, and in a case like where we have price sweeping below a certain low and breaking a certain high for the simple entry module or the ICT FVG module, however I may call it. You want to see this happen in a specific time, and what next you're waiting for is the imbalance. Okay, you're waiting for the imbalance, and this is when the top down analysis comes in very handful. Okay, so this is when the top down analysis comes in very useful. Okay, because this is 5 minutes, and at this point you're only seeing this place as an FVG. You're only seeing this zone as an FVG. And I remember in the previous slide or the previous video, I told you to go down from 4 to 3 to 2, then 1 to search for other FVGs or other trades whenever you see displacement. But if you have your system, not for those that use this phone, if you have your system, this is what you do. You can set multiple tabs and different layouts. So I have a different layout here for my top down analysis. So this is what I do. Okay, so I see price sweeping below this low, I'll come to this layout. This is my 1 minute layout, and this other one at the right hand side is my 2 minute layout. Okay, so what I do is I come to this layout and look for averages on the lower time frame. This is 2 minutes on the right hand side, and this is 1 minute on the right hand side, and this other layout is 3 minutes, and on the left hand side and 4 minutes on the right hand side. Okay, so I know exactly what I'm looking for here. It's the same thing as what I told you in the previous video, going down on time frames, but here you can be watching it directly from all the time frames. Okay, the same chart, everything, the same setup, and the same MVG. Okay, so if you see the 1 minute and the 2 minutes, you see that there's still an imbalance up here. If you go to the 3 minutes, there's still an imbalance up here. 4 minutes, there's still an imbalance up here. Okay, so what happens next? And the 5 minutes, there's only an imbalance up here, but in 1 minute we have the imbalance too at the bottom here. So you know very well that price will respect this imbalance. Okay, so you can minimize your loss or your stop loss amount, because if you are using a 5 minute, this is what your trade is supposed to look like. You're entering the imbalance because there's no other imbalance here, and you feel you want to set that below this week, and you target the nearest high also. So you can see your stop loss amount is very large, but using the 1 minute, at least you know that there's an imbalance here at the bottom, and price is likely to fill that imbalance. So instead of taking your trades here, you minimize that stop loss amount and setting your, when I mean your stop loss at an invalidated zone, is for this module is a zone where you see no imbalance and price have no reason to go there again. So you can see this zone, there's no imbalance here at the left hand side, and price have no reason to come back here. What you do is put your stop loss below this week. At this point, below this week or these candles become your invalidated zone for your SL. So if you were using a 5 minute time frame and you are looking at this place, there's no imbalance here on the 5 minute time frame, right? Very well. And you want to place your entry here because of this, there's an imbalance up here, and you want to put your stop loss below this week. You can see this is not an invalidated zone, because if you go to the 1 minute time frame, there's still an imbalance below where you put your stop loss for price to take out, and there's high probability price will take out your stop loss and go directly to your bias wherever you wanted the price to go, if it was a short or if it was a long. So I just hope you getting my point. My point is, whenever you trading this model and you want to set your SL, your stop loss, in an invalidated zone, make sure you go to 1 minute time frame. That's the least time frame you can go to for now, and be, and confirm that there is no imbalance at the left hand side for price to mitigate again. There's nothing like imbalance for price to come and fill again. Always make sure of that, because if you are using this zone on the 5 minute without doing your top down analysis, you not see this imbalance here. But if you are using this as your after your top down analysis as your entry, you very well see this imbalance below here. Okay, so price is expected to trade back into this imbalance, feel that, before pulling off. That's what the module does. Okay, so I'm going to delete this position to here and see if price does exactly that. So at this point, you wait for price to feel that, and here some people are getting this euphoria feeling that, oh, they're already on profit because they did not do their top down analysis and they only play their entry here. Maybe their stop loss is here and they get taken out, and at the end of the day, they look for who to blame. Okay, so you can see what happens there. You can see what happens there. Price came back directly to that zone, filled that imbalance, because that was the last imbalance on the 1 minute time frame. And don't get me wrong, there are some times where price won't respect that 1 minute imbalance. There's some time where price won't respect it. To just respect this one, and if it does so, always make sure. What my point is that always make sure your stop loss is where there are no more imbalances, because the price is kind of attracted to where there are imbalances. It's attracted. That's how you do refine. That's how you refine your zone. Okay, I'm still going to teach about refining of zones. That refining of zones takes time to master, and yes, takes time. It's a kind of strategy on its own where you refine zones and pick zones. You pick your snipe trades on specific zones, what you call the other block. Okay, so using this as your using this to pick entry will really help you a lot from your trades being taken out before price move to its potential direction. Okay, this trade was yesterday on Bitcoin New York PM session, and I think it went well. So this will do print every single time, and I've had people come to my DM tell me about it, that yeah, the module works. Yes, the module works very well. Okay, the module works very well. If you know the specific time and your bias, you need to correlate your time and bias and liquidity, time and price. Read this price, understand this module, how they works. um Make sure you're not using a very tight stop loss. Your stop loss is meant to be where trades are invalidated. I have explained this invalidation very well here. This is going to be a very short video, so I'm not going to take much of your time. I've explained this invalidation here very well. You see, the price was the stop loss was where price was price is likely not to come there again, because there's no imbalance for price to refill. Yeah, if you wanted to put your stop loss very tight because you want 6 risk to reward ratio, or 15 risk to reward ratio, or 17 risk to reward ratio, all those things are unrealistic, very unrealistic. They're likely going to be taken out before your trade goes to the direction. And for those of you who feel like, okay, I don't you use percentage, I don't know your risk management treats. Some people use percentage for crypto traders. Some of them use percentage. Looking at this, you say, okay, my stop loss is 0.1, not more than 0.1 percentage, no more than 0.35, this is blah blah, all those things, and using 100x. Leverage doesn't really matter. Okay, I promise when we get to 300 subscribers on the channel, I'm going to be teaching crypto risk management and position sizing. Okay, leverage doesn't really matter. What matters is your position size. Okay, so you see this stop loss is 0.07%. That's not what you're supposed to be looking at. That's exactly what you're supposed to be looking at. There are other things, other factors to consider when taking a trade. If you are trading with a crypto exchange, not forex, I'll still do risk management for forex. But for now, focus on crypto risk management at 300 subscribers. Okay, so get that in your mind. If you can study, if you can do your research, and you understand what I'm trying to talk about. Leverage, margin, and position sizing, how it affects your trading. So if you feel that, oh, this stop loss is too big, I'm going to lose big amount of money, that's not really a problem. My stop loss can be as wide as anything, and I'll still lose the desired amount I want to lose. If that's I'll still reach the desired amount I want to reach, don't get me wrong. So if my stop loss amount is $15, I want to risk $15. Okay, no matter where my stop loss is, even if I want to drag my stop loss to be as wide as anything, those that were in my private mentorship before understand what I'm talking about. So no matter how I drag my stop loss to wherever I want to drag it to, I'm not losing more than that $15. That's what position sizing does. Okay, so that's mainly for crypto risk management, and this channel should get up to 300 subscribers before that. I think that's going to be our next video. So I hope this video have clarified the idea of, because I got many people coming to my DM asking me uh, how can I identify invalidated zones to set my stop loss. I also created a poll on the Telegram community and it got the highest votes. So I decided, okay, let me do the video. Let me make the video for this and explain this very well. You go to your 1 minute time frame where there are no more imbalances for price to refill. You know that below that candle is your invalidated zone, and you should know that price doesn't really print 100% perfectly, so you should always be ready for the worst. Okay, I'm going to talk more about that in our next class, hopefully. So until next time, be safe.